Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Texans, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions, the Washington Football Team. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here.
Champions have come and gone. Who will claim number 60 as we're off in the 2026 Super Bowl? And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's been sensational all season long, but he saved his best work for the playoffs, leading his guys to the AFC Championship a couple of weeks ago. And now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near-perfect 4 quarters of football to get his guys to the finish line.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. They'll drop the throw. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. On second down, Etienne once more. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. So here's Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their
and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Montez Sweat. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Second and 20. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Pretty sizable gain of 8 that time on the keeper, but now it's 4th down. dress way now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. 7 yards, the pickup there. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. On play action, they'll throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Texans are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Griffin. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Griffin. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, Does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play,
a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
After the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
On first down, Griffin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. To throw again on second down, Griffin. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Tressway now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. ETN. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Griffin. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gibson. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Here's Griffin. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the 1st half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. He's going to cover him like a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
2nd and 4.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. We also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here's Etienne.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 39 yards.
And the Texans will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And you'd think on 3rd down, they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Griffin.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off at the 35. And the return will stop right around the 25. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. They'll look to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try the left side with ETN.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And it's 21-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go play action. Griffin looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And Charles, one of the big stories this week, the head coach of this offense looking to really cement his name among the legends of all time by winning a 4th Super Bowl title.
And to me, partner, you just have to marvel at the way he brings his teams back to the Super Bowl time and time again. If he can win this 4th title, what a capper that would be to a brilliant career. Reputation as a big game coach, absolutely cemented with a victory in this one.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Griffin will throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Collins.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Griffin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
A handoff for Etienne.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
58 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And he's got Jordan complete right side.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Brevin Jordan
there to make the grab.
And the Texans are starting to pour it on in the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And a route is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Griffin's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, Griffin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From midfield now, here's Griffin. He'll let this go for the end zone.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, 50 yards.
And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. The defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And we have seen him to this point with 4 touchdowns. We get a glance at his work. It's been good work.
Oh, it's been excellent work, and it's made so much better by our guys. Look at that montage of great plays that they put together. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, you speak it pretty well. But these guys, the pictures they put up, oh.
Very good, and he's got his team in the lead right now. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
They'll run here with Etienne.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here.
They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll set up a throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to the ground with Etienne.
Able to slither by, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
When you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first down, Griffin. That one caught by Gibson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
On first and 10, it's Gibson.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
From the gun, it's Griffin.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. Out of the gun, Griffin.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Two minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
It's going to be a long day.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. This time, Griffin will throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bowers. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Once again, Griffin. The quick slant caught. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now it's Griffin.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. De'Ami Brown
there to make the grab.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
It's a very first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
After the interception, here's Griffin. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Now Griffin. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Griffin to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
He'll get that underneath ETN.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
They don't want it, boys.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, It's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Gibson.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Griffin. That's complete. It's Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll run on first down. Gibson, a nice little juke. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
A handoff running left is Gibson.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Griffin. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Here's Griffin. Over the middle here to Brown. That he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, Griffin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And Washington has made this a one-score game. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
Griffin will try and throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feel great about themselves.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now ETN.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Back to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jonathan Allen gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll set up a throw.
And that's complete. ETN out of the backfield.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Over the middle, complete. That's Newton. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 2nd and 11 now. Griffin. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Griffin.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Griffin, he finds his man, complete. That's Collins. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as he'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
A handoff for Gibson.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Griffin. He finds his man, complete. That's Bowers. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. He'll try and throw for it with Griffin. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this Texans defense stands tall.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the...
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Chase Young. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. He'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll drop to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they snap him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Back now here on EA Sports.
It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Griffin, he finds his man, complete. That's Collins. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 82 yards.
And Washington able to make this a close game again.
So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
And now out comes Houston.
And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter.
turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the interception, here's Griffin.
Quick slant to Brown.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Griffin's throw taken in by Collins.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we're watching a drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Here's Griffin to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive.
7 yards to pick up there. 3 yards remain for second down.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Chase Young,
his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
They'll run. It's Etienne.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. And he was able to run free after the catch.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. On second down, it's Gibson, and he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 43-yard line.
Gibson again. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches.
Houston's offense taking over again.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Etienne with it.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw.
And he's got Jordan complete right side.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
And they'll run with Etienne.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
One more time with Etienne.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at the...
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jonathan Allen able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And according to our friends with Next Gen Stats, that sack occurred in a mere 2.1 seconds. Good luck trying to avoid that. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, they took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good, too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's Griffin. It's complete to Brown, right side.
Let's go, let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Griffin. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
Washington on third down.
They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Gibson.
Able to power through. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46.
They'll run. It's Gibson.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Griffin. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Texans are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll set up to throw.
They'll get this off to ETN.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Chase Young
in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Back to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On first down, Gibson. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Griffin. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
And the kings of the Super Bowl are the Washington football team. They win it, and they will once again possess the Lombardi Trophy.
And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.